The UN Security Council is to hold an emergency meeting on the situation in Haiti. Violence there spirals out of control. Criminal gangs are threatening a civil war unless Prime Minister Ariel Henry stands down. The UN says 1,193 people have been killed in gang violence just this year, and 15,000 at least have fled affected parts of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Let's get the analysis on the situation. We're joined by Robert Fatton, Professor of Government and Foreign Affairs at the University of Virginia. Robert, thank you for being with us here in France 24 for our World Roundup. Haiti on the brink. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a fair assessment because there is no government. It doesn't function. The Prime Minister is not in Haiti. The Minister of Defense is not in Haiti. The Minister of Justice is not in Haiti. And there are persistent rumors that the United States has asked Prime Minister Ariel Henry to resign. It remains to be seen if he will resign and what would be the conditions of that resignation.
Robert, the situation involving Ariel Henry, he can't get back into the country. Clearly, he can't function in that role then as leader of the country. Should he just step down? Is that what you think he should do?
Well, I think that's inevitable. Once the United States has asked for it, and it's pretty clear that the United States has asked for it, that he won't be able to refuse. I mean, it's very clear, too, that the countries of the CARICOM, the Caribbean countries, have also pushed for his exit. And yesterday he suffered a real humiliation because he was flying from the United States to go to the Dominican Republic. When he got to the Dominican Republic, the government of the DR decided that he would not land in the Dominican Republic, so he went back to Puerto Rico. And all the airports in the country are under attack or are controlled by some of the gangs. So it's very difficult to see how he could return. And the conditions of his resignation, I think, are the things that are going to be negotiated.
Has this been the inevitable response to the assassination of Jovenel Moise back in 2021? The fact there's been this continuing spiral of lawlessness in Haiti?
I think it could have been stopped, actually, because this is more than 2 years. If there had been a government of national unity in Haiti, I think that the situation would have been very different. On the other hand, the Haitian political class is deeply divided, and the gangs are increasingly powerful. They have acquired a real autonomy vis-à-vis the people who use to control them. So the gangs are a power unto themselves, and the frightening thing is that over the weekend, the gangs which were fighting against each other have united, and this is why they are becoming so increasingly powerful and that they control something like 80% of Port-au-Prince.
So that unified front among certain gangs then creating this sense that they are basically beyond reproach and beyond the reach of the law. Is there any sense that the gangs have infiltrated the political classes? Is there any evidence of that happening?
Well, it used to be that the political class was, in fact, creating the gangs. But the situation may have changed now because they've created monsters. In other words, the gangs have escaped the control of the political class, of the business class. They were forced unto themselves. And the main leader, a fellow by the name of Barbecue or Jimmy Cherizier, has declared very clearly that Ariel Henry will not come back and that is prepared to assume a significant position in the government. And the problem for the political class is how do you establish a post-Ariel Henry regime without dealing with the gangs? Because they control so much of Port-au-Prince, and the police is not capable of really dealing with the gangs. So there is a real catch-22 for the political class, even if they were to agree on a government of national unity.
We're 14 years on from the earthquake of 2010, which devastated Haiti and in many ways broke down civil society in the country. This violence, is it a product of that? Has that made things worse, or do you think it is something that was actually there all along?
It was already there, but it has intensified. I mean, the conditions in the slums from where come those gangs are so horrific that one can understand why young men have no future. So what do? They get into the gangs, they try to get easy money, they are controlled by more powerful people. For instance, Cherizier was a member of the police, and they have networks with the Colombian drug cartels, with drug trafficking, but also with weapons trafficking with the DR, Jamaica, and Miami. So you have really a power unto themselves when you are talking about the gangs. How to deal with them is really an extremely difficult question, and I think this is why for such a significant amount of time, no one really wanted Ariel Henry to be out of power, because he's the only figure actually that has juridical recognition on the part of the international community. But that seems to be going to go out. So therefore the question is, what comes after Ariel Henry? And this is something that is being negotiated now. You have several political leaders who are trying to proclaim themselves as the next president, but there is no agreement.
Robert Fatton, thank you very much indeed. We wait to see what the UN decides in its special meeting, but thank you for giving us the context and the analysis, which is vital for us here at World Roundup. That's Robert Fatton, Professor of Government and Foreign Affairs at the University of Virginia. Robert, thank you very much indeed. We'll keep you across all developments, not just in Haiti, but of course all across the world. Thanks for joining us here on World Roundup. Stay with us for more, coming up very shortly.